Hey everybody, I want to talk about kind of a geeky road design thing so that we start having understanding the community. A long time ago, in the past decades, we kind of let people who design highways start designing streets in our cities. And so on highways, what you want is really long sight lines so that you can see what's coming. You want really wide sides to the road. So if you drive off the road at 70 miles an hour, you don't die. So you don't want trees or rocks or anything on the side of the highway. And you want really wide lanes so that if you're adjusting your stereo or talking to your kid in the back seat, you don't hit the semi truck next to you. That's great if you're on a road that's got, very limited access points where nobody's going to be pulling out of a driveway. Those design characteristics really are bad ideas in cities. So one of the biggest dumb things that cities have done across the country, we're not unique on this, is have lanes that are 12 feet wide as our default model instead of lanes that are 10 or even 9 feet wide. Turns out if you build narrower lanes, people slow down. It turns out if you build roads that look like highways, people drive the speeds of highways. So you all know what our unofficial highways are in town. Like I think they're probably popping in your mind right now. The number one thing we can do and the easiest thing we can do to slow those streets down is redefine how wide a lane is. Because it turns out people don't want to rip the rear view mirrors off their cars. They don't want to drive ways that they don't feel safe. And so just giving people a signal that they should not be driving that fast by having narrower lanes is hugely effective. Now, there are other things we should do. We should plant more trees along the side of the road. We should stop thinking of the sides of the roads as buffer zones. But that also can give us room for bike lanes that don't cost us anything. So it makes it safer and it makes car drivers behave better. It also gives us free space on the road. And I'm talking about primary roads here. Side roads, we're not talking about doing that because we don't lane stripe side roads anyway. But the big main roads, we should be thinking, why does it have to be this wide? The other thing we ought to be talking about is converting one-way roads to two-way roads, because it turns out that slows people down too, and it's also better. On my street, I probably waste at least 2 hours of my life every year because I got to drive all around the block because I'm on a one-way street, which is a real nuisance.